Okay, let's make this quick. Destiny is a good game, but not as great as the hype train led us to believe. In the story mode, you play as one of the Guardians, heroes who are trying to save the Earth and stop an evil entity known as the Darkness from destroying the universe. Disappointingly, the story is pretty thin and really only serves as an excuse to send you from one planet to the next.
I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
The game plays like an FPS RPG, kind of like Borderlands, but with an MMO twist. People can pop in and out of your game at any time, you can jump into theirs at any time, but the game has to be played online no matter what. Even though you can't play offline, I wouldn't have recommended it anyway because it is boring trying to play Destiny by yourself. Leveling up your character alone is both tedious and difficult because there are segments of the game where you can't respawn without the aid of a partner, which means that if you die once, you have to try the segment all the way back to the beginning, which is not something that will help stop you from taking the controller and throwing it through the TV. However, as to be expected with any game in the MMO genre, when you're playing with buddies, the experience is infinitely better. Nothing is more satisfying than teaming up with your friends and taking down an enemy that is 10 times bigger than you and may even be a couple of levels higher than you. In order to level up, you have to shoot the ever-loving crap out of anything that moves and try your best not to die. While the game doesn't reinvent either the FPS or MMO genre, it's able to strike a reasonable enough balance between the two in order to make it fun. It's clear that a lot of time and effort went into creating the environments, however as the game goes on, the environments and enemies start to become a little repetitive. Almost every mission seems to end with your Guardian putting their ghost into some machine, and while he tries to scan the machine for information, dozens of Fallen swarm into your position. While it's fun at first, this seems to be a trick the game relies on way too often and leaves you wishing for a little more variety.
It's the Vex. Better find some cover. When I break in, they're going to come after us. Vex, they're coming.
Speaking of variety, even though Bungie is trying to move past the Halo universe, it feels as though they're still relying too heavily on their old ideas. The story is reminiscent of Halo, some of the environments are reminiscent of Halo, the vehicles are reminiscent of Halo, and just try to tell me that this thing doesn't look like Guilty Spark.
I'm a ghost, actually.
There's nothing wrong with drawing inspiration from an old property, but I just would have liked to see them branch out a little bit more. While the story mode is good, the competitive multiplayer mode is fantastic. While it doesn't reinvent the wheel as it offers up modes like Deathmatch and Capture the Territory, it does polish them to a mirror shine and makes them extremely fun to play. Overall, while Destiny is essentially Halo with an MMO paint job, it's still pretty fun. If you weren't that into Halo to begin with, or you're more a fan of an immersive single-player experience, then you may want to sit this one out. Otherwise, grab a drink, your controller, and enjoy Bungie's newest property. Overall, I give Destiny 7 car tires out of 1.5 wet t-shirts.
That's good.